an example of transformation and taking responsibility for transformation in your own life. And I've got so many examples, but I'm going to tell you one. I had a group of 20 women who came for the program 5 weeks with me. In the beginning, there were 19 women sitting around the table. It was in a rural area. And I was starting without the 20th seat being filled. But while I started, in walks this person. And I thought to myself, why is youth care giving me a boy, a 14-year-old boy, in a parenthood, motherhood program? Because she was carrying herself as if she was a 14-year-old child. And because we embrace, we make sure that you feel you're in a safe space. She filled the chair next to me, number 20. Lucia, she did not speak a word in the first session. I could see the abuse on her face. I could, you could smell alcohol, and she would not make contact with anyone, eye contact, nothing. But she was there, and no one rejected her, because that is the ethos of the program. We are there to support each other. You're not alone. Lucia did the first session. Obviously, she was late. The second week, I arrived, and who's there waiting for me before anyone else arrives is Lucia. And she's actually making eye contact with me. And but no, I'm not pressurizing her to talk or anything. She's helping me setting up, and she's taking the seat next to me again. We do self-esteem. And I can see she's starting to look up towards me and towards the others when they talk, but she doesn't talk. And the third week, when Lucia came back, she had a dress on, and she looked beautiful. And in the third week, I then said to the group, you know what, we have to decide that basically when we've got a group of 20, we've got 3 support group leaders. I need 3 people that you can nominate as a support group leader. So the group is very much in charge of that. I just facilitate it. There's 1, there's 2. Are you happy? Yes, yes. And there's not a third one. And I said, come on, guys, we need a third one. This is up to you. And out of the blue, up stands Lucia. And she stands up and she says, I need to be a support group leader. And it's the first word she spoke. And we were all like, huh? And she says, can I speak? And we said, absolutely. And she said, my life has changed. And we said, we can see that. She says, I'm actually this is my 3rd week here, but since the first week, people are following me, saying to me, what are you on? And and she said, Adele, look at my book. And she showed me her book. She said, see, I'm actually teaching this now in my community. And so I said, but what do you tell people when they say to you, what are you on? She says, I tell them that I've learned to love myself. I've learned to value who I am. And I've learned what my roles and responsibilities are. And then she also said, and I need to tell you that you can see that I haven't been hit by my husband anymore. And we said, yes, we can see that. And she said, my husband is actually, again on Friday, the same story. He was going to hit me. And I looked him in the eye and I said, I'm more than what you call me. All those words you call me, it's a lie. I'm a good mother. I'm a loving wife. And if you hit me now, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and you're going to feel bad. And she said he just turned around and he went to sleep, and she was like, oh. And the next morning he came into the kitchen and she thought she's now got to stick to her guns, she's changing. She can't now do the same pattern she used to do, which would be screaming and shouting at him because he's got a hangover, it's going to hurt. She said morning. And she said, suddenly she just heard him going down on the floor, and he was on his knees, and he said to her, please help me. I want to have what you have. And she said, fine, then you have to sit here at the table with me, and you've got to take responsibility. I cannot do it for you. It was just amazing how she was actually telling how she was guiding him through the 4 pillars of the Proud2BME program. Like 6 months later, I'm in Khayelitsha at a family exhibition. I've got a stand there, and suddenly I hear someone down the passage screaming, "Adele!" And I look, I don't know who this person is. And she comes running, she said, "It's Lucia." And she's got a little child on the one hand and the other one on her hip. And she said, "Adele, look at me. Look at my children." She says, "I did it. I'm doing it." She says, "My kids go to school. I've got a job. My husband's got a job." And I was like, wow. And who did it? And she said, "I did it because it starts with me." Sure. I hear so many similar things happening. And if you look at it, you know, that's what eigenkracht is.